Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright and blowy day. It is Wednesday the 17th of April and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a game to unbox in the form of Airmail. This is another board game. Step into the shoes of an aviation tycoon and manage one of these companies competing for contracts to establish and operate the first ever airmail service. Grab the incentives offered by the government by plotting the most efficient routes and develop the technology that allow you to build the most autonomous and reliable models. Whoever can make the most profit for their company will win. Get ready for airmail to take off. This is from Ludonova. There we go. It is, let's have a look, for 2 to 5 players, age 10 plus, plays in 30 to 75, or basically an hour and a quarter. So 30 minutes to an hour and a quarter. So this is another one of those board games which I picked up in a sale because, hey, it was incredibly inexpensive. And I do occasionally like to review board games. It's a different thing to write about, and you can find some interesting things along the way. So inside we have a rather nice image in there, and I actually like the fact that it's all kind of wrapped up in brown paper, parcel paper, and it has that the red, sort of white and blue tags, the edging, sort of like which you would get on airmail letters. And what we've got inside is this, so I'm not going to tip it any further. But there's quite a lot in there. It's quite a sturdy box. You do have some Ziploc bags. Always like extra Ziploc bags. And you have, let's have a look. So some cardboard pieces. Lots and lots of little planes for moving around. So I'll just show you one of those. It's in 5 colours. So you have yellow, blue, black, green, red, and blue. So let's try and separate one because they're all. So there we go. Those little aircraft pieces and nice clear colours. So once you've got on the board, you can see who's. I think it gives a bit of a physicality. You've got these tokens for tracking money, and I like the fact that you can see sort of like one of them. You've got the dollar sign there, so that's that's going to go on the board for the dollar sign. Some more Ziploc bags, square cubes, several stacks of cards. I'll have a look at those in a minute. Let's have a look at the rule book. So you get a rule book that's in French, I think. And here we've got the English version. So we've got the description of what's in the box and how to set the game up. Then we're into play and the summary and objective there. So this essentially is set during the early years of the commercialization of flight, when the aircraft weren't really big enough to carry passengers. 1 passenger, 2 passengers, maybe at the very most, but they were seen as a way of handling mail across the United States very quickly, because they would take journeys. That would take that took trains days to do, that took flights merely hours. So this is a guide to playing, what you do. You've got an example of play there. And then end of game and final scorings, including city bonuses, and postal service decrees, and then you've got note from the editor about the authenticity as much as possible of the maps and the credits. And there's a video tutorial as well. Always like when they include that because it's really helpful. And then you've got quite a huge board, so bear with me because this is actually what weighs quite so much in here. And you've got one for 2 to 3 players, and there's going to be one for sort of like 3 to 5 players on the other side, I suspect. Yeah, okay. This is. I'm just trying to get this to. Oh, okay. I am actually trying to tear it apart. It's so big. This is the only main problem. One problem with this game automatically is the size. If I can just. Bear with me. So this is going to be the other side because it's going to be easy for me to show that to you. This has got quite a large play space, and I can't. Yeah, you can just see just how big it is. So that's huge. So you're going to need a bit of a sizable table for that. I'm going to have a look at the cards. So let's get the knife again. So these cards are in French, so I'm not going to open those per se. There's no point in showing you cards in a language I don't speak and can't read, because this does not want to. Open, there we go. Let's just try and get the plastic to break, and I always have problems with trying to get these things open. And the plastic's going everywhere. Get with me. So you've got various locations, and these were the sort of locations you've got to get to make deliveries to, and how much you're going to make in them. So here we actually start off with White Horse and Dawson up there in sort of like various locations, and Kamloops, real place. Do I actually have a friend who lives there, runs a convention there as well. Edmonton, so this is all the Canadian North, essentially Regina, Quebec, Montreal, and then actually sort of slip down over the border, goes south of the border to Spokane, Fargo, Boston, New York, and Seattle. So various locations. So then and again, these are divided by division. So if I have a look on the back of these, so you actually do have US division, Ontario division. So there's sort of a bit of a breakdown in terms of regions. So if we go for the Mid-East location, Cincinnati, just a few of those. Then we move on to Central division, so Sioux Falls, Atlantic division, Washington. So different locations we've got to make deliveries, make connections. Then these, you see what these are. These are going to different bonuses. I don't know how. I mean, obviously the symbols are not clear on how they work, but I'll put those in the rules in due course. And those are backed with airmail, just general. So I'm going to slip these. I'm actually going to slip these into these bags, because otherwise, when I pack up, the card's going to go everywhere. And I don't want that. So essentially, just tidying up after myself, if you like. And then we've got more of these, so North Division, and then, you know, that's Mid-East Division, so I'm going to use just more of those location cards and more of these sort of action cards. So yeah, that is everything in airmail. I'm not going to open those cards because essentially they look to be kind of similar to what I've already shown you. But this does look like to be an interesting game. Sort of an economic game of building essentially a network and running it so that you actually are profitable. So, that is ML. It's actually Portuguese. Is it Portuguese? Spanish, I think. Yeah. So yeah, from Ludonova. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here, typically with a box, but in this case, a board game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now. Hello. All right. Well, you're going to get lucky. Come in.
Alright, hello.
Oh, for fuck's sake.